Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to recognize a man from Omaha who is known for his dedication, integrity, tenacity, and his voice. Bill Jensen, also known as the voice of the College World Series, started his radio broadcast career at KLIN in 1967. He took a small break to serve in the United States Air Force from 1968 to 72, and then he returned to Omaha radio, working at KOTD, KLNG, KYNN, WW, KOMJ, and KFAB. He gave his vocal pipes a break when he worked as an aide to the Omaha mayor from 1978 to 1981. On January 10th, 1975, Bill was the last to arrive at KLNG. That was on a Friday, and he would be stuck there with the rest of his news team until Sunday. Omaha received 16 inches of snow, compounded by 60-mile-an-hour winds, paralyzing the city for days. The following May, Omaha was struck by an F4 tornado that at the time was the costliest tornado in history, with at least $150 million in damage. As trained spotters and radio station personnel called in reports, Bill remained steadfast on the KLNG airwaves as the anchor, providing the people of Omaha with calm resolve and valuable information. Bill is also credited with being the first journalist to report on the death of Omaha Mayor Bernie Simon in 1988. Throughout his career, Bill also worked part-time for the Omaha Royals and the Storm Chasers at the College World Series. Starting in 1983 as an usher supervisor and serving in different areas such as a ticket taker, pass gate attendant, security at the Hall of Fame room at Rosenblatt, and scoreboard operator. In the mid-1980s, he took over as the announcer for the Omaha Royals, and in 2001, he completed and won the coveted spot to replace Jack Payne on the mic at the College World Series. What many people don't know is the time that Bill would spend preparing for the World Series, watching as many regional college games as possible to learn the teams and the players' names. In his 26 years, Bill has announced at more than 370 consecutive games, and together he and Jack announced over 900 games. Some of the most memorable moments, to include his very first game, was when he introduced President George W. Bush, who threw out the first pitch, and Nebraska's first ever appearance at the College World Series. Bill also fondly remembers Father's Day in 2022 when members of his family surprised him in the announcer's booth because he never got to spend a Father's Day with them. He will also will remember the baked treats that his wife would make for him and his colleagues during the World Series. Bill Jensen and his predecessor Jack will forever be remembered as the voices of the College World Series. Now, he looks forward to being a fan and spending time at and away from the games with his wife Deanna, his daughter Danielle, stepson Brian, daughter-in-law Wendy, and grandchildren Natalie, Connor, Carly, and Cameron. Thank you, Bill, and as you hit the button for the mic for the last time, Omaha says thank you. I yield back the balance of my time.